So I made a whole video the other day, actually, a long time ago, not even a long time ago, just recently, talking about how the end of Israel is so close. And nowadays we're seeing a video like this talking about how this is actually one of the signs of the hour. Look what's happening here.
On October 2nd, 2024, several rockets were fired at Israel from Lebanon. This escalation has drawn significant attention due to the growing tensions in the region, particularly between Israeli forces and groups such as Hezbollah, which is backed by Iran. These rocket attacks are seen as part of the broader struggle for control and influence in the Middle East. For Israel, such attacks represent a threat to its security, while for many Muslims, especially in Lebanon and Palestine, these strikes are part of the resistance against Israeli occupation and aggression.
Let me tell you something before we even continue. You see how I just realized, I'm watching this and I just took a sip of coffee. This is coffee, by the way, in a very fancy glass. I realized we are so freaking blessed, bro. We are so blessed. If right now, the fact that you're watching me, it means that you have at least a phone or a laptop or a TV or just something. You're living in a shelter. This should be the biggest reason that you should become grateful. Because I know most of you guys, because Allah says that, most of the people, of the humans, are ungrateful. So many of you guys are ungrateful. Even me, to be honest. If you're not living moment to moment within gratitude, you're going to be in big trouble, man. Big trouble. Especially the fact that you're seeing these things happening. They're all signs of the last hour. You've seen the video that I had. I told you that Israel, first of all, these people, they have victim mentality. And they have such a mentality, like a sickness in their heart, to the point that they want more and more land. They won't ever be satisfied until they have more and more land. But then I also told you there is an entire prophecy within the Quran that these people, the ones that are going to be able to truly defeat them, is the Palestinian people themselves. It's almost like David and Goliath, right? David destroyed Goliath, even though David was so small and Goliath was so big. Same thing here. Palestine right now is very small. The Palestinian people, they're very small, very weak right now. But I truly believe they are the ones that are going to be defeating Israel. So when you start seeing that, then you'll know this is truly the sign of the last hour. So Iran doing that thing to them is still a sign of the hour, obviously, but it's not the biggest sign. It's not the one that's going to be destroying them. They're not going to do anything, just so you know. It's the Palestinian people themselves.
But why does this ongoing conflict matter so much to Muslims beyond the immediate political issues? The answer lies in the connection to Islamic prophecies about the end of times. The role of Jerusalem and Al-Aqsa Mosque. One of the central reasons why any conflict involving Israel garners so much attention from Muslims worldwide is the significance of Jerusalem, specifically the Al-Aqsa Mosque. In Islamic tradition, Al-Aqsa is one of the three holiest mosques in Islam, and it holds deep spiritual importance due to its association with the Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, miraculous night journey. Many Islamic scholars interpret current events, especially those related to Jerusalem and its surroundings, as aligning with some of the prophecies related to the end times. The increasing tensions in the Holy Land, including the rocket attacks, are seen as part of a larger plan in which the status of Jerusalem plays a major role. In one famous hadith, the Prophet Mohammed, peace be upon him, said, "When Jerusalem flourishes, Yathrib, Medina, will be in ruins." Some scholars interpret this as a sign that the focus of global events will shift to Jerusalem as we get closer to the end of times, and these recent attacks and clashes are seen as moving towards this prophecy. The Dajjal, Antichrist, and the final battle.
First of all, I just want to give, not my own interpretation, just the interpretation that I heard. And this is going to blow your mind, by the way, of this whole Dajjal thing and the final battle and all that stuff. This might get you angry, but just don't be angry, bro. Relax, it's okay. You know how Yusuf alayhi salam, he was able to interpret dreams, ta'wil al-ahadith. And so when he went to the king and then he interpreted his dream is the cows mean this, the seeds mean this. And then when he interpreted the dreams to the two prisoners, he was you having bread on your head means this, you squeezing wine means this. These are all symbols, right? And this is just some interpretation. It's not mine, but I'll give it to you still. What if I told you that all these ahadith talking about the Dajjal are all just symbols? They're not really the reality. Having a man in an island chained with one eye and it says kafir on his forehead, and this man is able to, when he comes out, he'll be able to show you his heaven and his hellfire. And then if you go to his heaven, you're in hellfire. And if you go to his hellfire, you'll be in heaven. And he's going to be able to take out dead to life and show you them. And basically all these things, right? What if I told you all of that is just symbolism? Symbolism for what? Symbolism for the system that you're living in right now. This system that you're living in right now. What if I told you this whole Dajjal thing has been going on? It's just you're asleep the entire time and you never knew it's the thing that's been going on. And Christ coming back, Al-Masih coming back, it just means Al-Masih, which is the erasing, Masih, which is erasing, deleting. So the Masih coming back is just deleting everything that happened and bringing things back basically to like the age of just using hands. Like for example, right now, if you want, I don't know, you want a coffee, you go on your phone, click a button and you get coffee. But we're going to get to a time soon right now where you literally have to go and like squeeze the milk out of the cow, get the chicken out of the egg, or the egg out of the chicken. But you know what I mean? It's like that. What if I told you this is what in reality it is? So if you actually understand symbolism, you'll understand Dajjal right now is the system that's running the entire world. So for example, how is the Dajjal working right now? When in history were you ever able to like look at a picture and make this picture move? When in history were you ever able to look at a video? Like you have parents right now, if they're dead, you're still able to go back and view their pictures. It's almost like he brought these things back to you in real life. And then when you look at like everything that's been going on right now, all of it is just the system of Dajjal. And the food that you're eating is all just Dajjal. Clothes that you wear, the air that you breathe, the work that you're doing, all of it is just Dajjal. That's all it is. And so the Dajjal is already here. It's everything to pull you away from Allah. And the way this is going to be removed is through something that's going to come and happen and remove everything. This is just the theory that shows you that Dajjal is already here. He's not something that's far. Which is a very interesting theory. I'm not saying that's the theory I believe in. I'm just saying this is very interesting because it shows you that the words of Muhammad ﷺ, they're actually true right now. Like you don't need someone to come out and he's like, look guys, I'm right here. And this whole thing that says he's going to be traveling on a thing in the air with like multiple donkeys and all of that is just an airplane. It's an airplane. Which is insane because when you look at an airplane, the width of the wing is the same as like the heads of donkeys and it has multiple eyes from every place. That's what humans are, it's just multiple windows from every place and be able to see. So everything's been flipped. Everything that Allah has made has been flipped. And that's the system of the Dajjal. Think about it. Go and look at all the narrations of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ about the Dajjal and just look at it from a symbolism lens. And you'll see that all of the prophecies of Muhammad ﷺ, all of them are coming true. All of them. Which is very interesting. Again, don't be mad, bro. This is just a theory. Just a theory. I heard it somewhere and it's so beautiful. Like, because it shows you, it's like, Habibi, everything's been going on right now. Like, start taking action right now. Don't wait. Take action right now. Like, get back to Allah right now. Which is insane.
Another important figure in Islamic eschatology is the...
Like, yeah, I'm saying he's not going to be looking like this. And by the way, this whole thing about one eye. Yeah, go look at the dollar of the USA. One eye. So much so, by the way, to the point that now they're going to be installing those things, those chips in your head, to the point that they'll be able to tell your thoughts. So much so that they've already done that, by the way. You do see, like, if you think a thought right now, think a thought. Think anything. Think of think of like a dining table. Then go on Instagram, go on TikTok, go on Twitter, and you'll see a dining table. Like a tweet about a dining table, a TikTok about a dining table, an ad about a dining table. How do they know? It's because, again, the system of the Dajjal is going to be everywhere. Everywhere. Which is insane because he's hearing your thoughts. It's literally almost like he has the qualities of the God. That's one of the interpretations. Like this person, this Dajjal, people will think this is God. Look, he has his heaven. He has the hellfire. I need to follow him. The men as well. The men are becoming women. The women are becoming men. It's inverting everything. Do you understand what I mean? All these ahadith, read them and just look at it from symbolism, and you'll see it's like connects to the T. Again, should show you everything's happening right now, habibi. And that's a big deal because you need to go back to Allah right now. Like put your attention back on only Allah. Only Allah, and that's it. Which also, by the way, it should show you, you need to start becoming independent more, man. Grow your own food. Make your own money without a job. Have your own business. Get your own land. Get your own horse. Get your own guns. Get your own everything. Be self-sustainable. Learn how to generate electricity on your own. Learn how to garden. Grow food on your own. Basically get into the farm life. It's very interesting, bro.
Dajjal, or the Antichrist, who is said to emerge during the end times and bring about widespread corruption and destruction. In Islamic tradition, the Dajjal will appear from the east and will aim to deceive and mislead humanity. Many believe that the growing unrest in the Middle East, especially around Israel, is setting the stage for the rise of the Dajjal. Some Muslim scholars see Israel's...
Sorry, I just had to pause it because after World War II, everything changed. You could say that's the time that Dajjal started appearing. And it's very funny because it's almost like it started in the, like this, all this corruption started in the West. But where did it come from? Where did the people that are living in the West right now, where did they all come from? From the East. So you see, it's like it connects like so to the T.
Increasing strength and the conflict over Jerusalem as part of the larger puzzle. The location of the rocket attacks coming from Lebanon, which lies to the north of Israel, further fuels the idea that the Dajjal's emergence may be linked to escalating violence in this region. The Mahdi and the Muslim army. Muslims also believe in the coming of the Mahdi, a leader who will unite the Muslim Ummah community and restore justice during the end of times. One of the prophecies regarding the Mahdi is that he will lead Muslims in a great war, often referred to as the Malhama, or Great Battle, against the forces of evil, including the Dajjal. Some Muslims see the...
Understand, Habibi, when they're saying a war, that doesn't mean that it's going to happen in one day and that's it. Understand that even right now, you're actually within a war. You're within a spiritual war, a war in everything around you. Again, even, Habibi, even the underwear that you're wearing, there is a war on it. Like this underwear is destroying your fertility. Do you understand? Like the clothes that you're wearing, I'm saying, is not even like something small. It's destroying your fertility. We should show you like you're at a constant war. Constantly. Even your kids, they're trying to take your kids and then program them with their own thoughts, with their own beliefs. So you're constantly at a war. My sheikh, actually, my beautiful sheikh, I'm not going to tell you who he is, but he told me he's like the Mahdi is not like a prophet. It's not someone that's going to come and then people are going to be like, oh, that's the Mahdi. The Mahdi is anyone that's going to come and then fulfill the laws, the divine laws of the Creator. Whoever that person is that's going to fulfill the divine laws of the Creator, that is the Mahdi. So the Mahdi, when the Mahdi comes, he's not going to come and be like, guys, look at me. I am the Mahdi. Here's all the proof I have. I'm the Mahdi. That's not what the Mahdi is going to do, Habibi. When the Mahdi comes, the people themselves are going to be like, oh, that's the Mahdi. Why? Because he's the one that's fulfilling the divine laws of the Creator. They're like, he's fulfilling the divine laws. He's doing everything that you're supposed to do. He's the Mahdi. It's like that, which is the leader. And he told me it could be anybody. It could literally be anybody. The Mahdi is just a title for the Mahdi, for the one that's been guided, the one that's been the appointed one. So it could literally be anybody, which is beautiful because it shows you like you as a person right now, you should work on like establishing the rules of the Creator, the rules of everything, spiritual rules, physical rules, anything, everywhere.
The ongoing struggles between Israel and Muslim nations, including rocket attacks and military responses, as part of the buildup to this final battle. Hezbollah's involvement in these rocket launches and the broader conflict with Israel can be interpreted by some as part of this prophecy. Iran, which supports Hezbollah, often frames its opposition to Israel in religious terms, seeing itself as standing up for the rights of Muslims, especially those oppressed in Palestine. This framing adds to the idea that these conflicts are not merely political, but part of a larger divine plan. The destruction of Al-Aqsa and the Third Temple. Another central theme that connects the current situation with Islamic prophecies about the end of times is the fear surrounding the future of the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Many Muslims believe that Israel harbors plans to demolish Al-Aqsa.
Hold on, let me tell you something. Even this right here, when they're saying demolish Al-Aqsa, you understand, habibi, you understand that the true masjid, like the true Masjid al-Haram, which is actually, they say in the Saudi, but the true masjid is just right here. It's right here. There is nothing holier than this. Even, I don't know if it's a hadith or not, or an ayah, but I believe it's a hadith. They say even like the blood of the human is more sacred than the Kaaba. And why wouldn't it be? Which should show you, like when they're saying they're going to come and destroy the masjid, and then you're putting all your attention like, no, Al-Aqsa, protect it. It's not just Al-Aqsa, habibi. It's you. It's you. You are the great masjid. Masjid, the thing that you're doing sujood in. It's your heart. It's your heart. Your heart is the most powerful thing. And what's this battle that's been going on right now that you're so unaware of? It's the battle of destroying your heart. The food. Think of the food. Any fast food. What do they say like is going to ruin first thing that is going to ruin? The heart is going to give you a heart attack. Eat so much food, eat so much seed oils, you start building plaque on your heart and destroy your heart. And that's why heart disease is going up. The physical heart too. The music. What's the first thing the music is going to destroy? Your heart. Your heart. Porn. What's the first thing porn is going to destroy? Your heart. Your heart, habibi. All of it is just your heart. Why? To get your vibration super low. To always keep you living in jealousy and hatred and fear, boredom, all these negative feelings. To keep you living away from the high vibration feelings, which is gratitude, which is bliss, which is love. All of it is just to destroy that. So the war, habibi, the war is not just, like if you guys have been becoming like so low awareness, even me, habibi, back in the day, well, I'm trying to become high awareness. We're sitting in our houses and we're like, oh, this war is going to happen. Like the Mahdi is going to come and the Dajjal is going to come and this is going to come and this is going to come. When in reality, it's all been happening all around you. It's in here. All of it is in here. They're destroying your heart and you don't even know. You're putting your attention on some other stuff. Do you understand what I mean? Don't hate me for this, bro. Don't hate me for this. Because a lot of you guys, when I talk about such stuff like this, you're like, no. The hadith say that it's going to happen. He's chained on an island, and then he's going to come at some point, and it says kafir on his forehead, and he has only one eye. And then when he's going to come, he's going to destroy the Aqsa, the masjid. And then when I come and I tell you, I'm like, oh, like this is all in you, bro. They're coming to destroy you. Even if you think you're alive right now, technically you're dead. If your heart is dead, you're dead. Even Muhammad ﷺ, he's like, you fix the heart, you fix everything else. You destroy the heart, you destroy everything else. Do you understand what I mean? This war has been going on since World War II, by the way. Understand, like since World War II, the world, all of it has changed. Why? Because a certain group of people, they took over the world. To the point that now you can't even go anywhere without seeing their traces in this world. Anywhere. And by the way, the only way that you're going to be able to protect the heart is if you keep the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ, where his heart was the most pure heart, where his heart is the one that received the revelation. Go back to the teachings of Muhammad ﷺ, the teachings of Allah, the Creator Himself. You go back to that, you're going to be protecting your heart. The heart that has a war that's been going on. And Muhammad ﷺ is the best example for everything. In terms of everything, not just spirituality. Even the food that you're eating. So if you're seeing, like for example, if you're eating, I don't know, artificial things, you're destroying the heart. Did Muhammad ﷺ ever eat artificial things? Never. Don't be here and telling me, no, but he didn't have artificial things. Did he drink alcohol? Never. He never did any of these things. And he didn't do it for a reason. These are the things that destroy your hearts. Protect your heart, habibi.
And build the third temple on its site. The destruction.
Even so much so, I had to cut the video, bro. Pause the video. That this chip that they're adding to you is just like, imagine putting a thing inside you. A thing inside you, which everybody has done. This chip that they want to put into you. To like, whatever they say it's for. To control your thoughts, or to be able to like, almost like have like a phone that you just think and things happen. These things, bro. They want to destroy your heart so much. They want to destroy your masjid so much to the point that now they're marketing it in such a nice way. Oh, we're going to put this chip inside you, and then you'll be able to, by thought alone, use your phone or whatever, access the internet or whatever. And then you'll see people are going to allow it, they're going to allow them. I'm not saying you're going to allow the chip, but you're allowing other things. You're allowing other things. You use your phone every single time and you're exposing yourself to so much sin. You're destroying the heart. They're literally winning this war because they're destroying your hearts.
Of Al-Aqsa is seen as a major sign of the end times in Islam, and many view the escalating conflict, including these rocket attacks, as part of the larger struggle to protect this sacred site. Any harm to Al-Aqsa would likely lead to massive unrest in the Muslim world, and could be a trigger for the final battles that are predicted in Islam. For Muslims, defending Al-Aqsa is not just a political or nationalist duty. It is a religious obligation that is tied to the preservation of one of Islam's most sacred sites. The recent rocket
Hope you know again, the most sacred site for Muslims is the heart. How is this knowledge new? How has this knowledge been hidden from you? The most sacred site for Muslims is the heart. And then they're saying it's going to lead to unrest once the Aqsa is destroyed. Al-Aqsa is just physical. It's a thing. It's a thing. Like, I understand it's holy. The Kaaba also, I understand it's holy. The magnetism there is very powerful. But it's not the most sacred thing. We're looking at these things when in reality the most sacred thing is your heart. We've diverted all of our attention away from the most important thing, and we've put it on things that are less important than the heart. Again, I know for a fact that there's going to be comments right now saying, you know nothing, you're not a sheikh, you're not a scholar, you're not this and you're not that, you don't know what you're talking about. How is what I'm saying wrong? Like, literally just tell me, I dare you to prove it to me right now. How is what I'm saying wrong, Habibi? The heart is the most sacred site for a Muslim, or within the entire world. Now you're going to come and be like, no, it's not the most. So oblivious. Seriously, so oblivious.
Attacks on Israel may seem like just another chapter in the ongoing conflict between Israel and its neighbors. But for many Muslims, they are part of a much larger narrative that ties into the prophecies about the end of times. The importance of Jerusalem, the prophecies about the Dajjal and the Mahdi, and the looming threat to Al-Aqsa Mosque, all make these events significant from an Islamic perspective. As Muslims, these events remind us of the importance of being prepared for the signs of the end times. The current situation calls us to reflect on our faith, to support justice, and to protect the sanctities of Islam. While the exact timing of the Day of Judgment is known only to Allah, we are reminded through these events to stay steadfast in our iman, faith, and to follow the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I mean, I'm not even undermining the fact that there is war that's happening, obviously, right? Like, that'd be silly. The fact that there is war happening and all that, like physical war, it's a big deal still. But you should have been concerned a long time ago. You should have been concerned the moment that shamelessness became normal. You should have been concerned the moment that music became normal. You should have been concerned the moment that your food being poisoned became normal. But now, like, you had to wait until your own Muslim brothers to get killed, to get hurt. Now you're like, oh, the issue is actually being serious. The issue has been serious a long time ago, Habibi. And that's the thing, is just because you're not, I don't want to say, because I know people are going to be like, you're not a sheikh, but you're not reading the ayat or the hadith with symbolism. The beauty is that, like, the Quran is both like you'll notice, like, you look at it from a symbolistic view, And it makes so much sense. You look at it from a literal view, and it still makes sense. That's the beauty of it. That's why it's the words of Allah. So when you look at it and they're going to be attacking the Masjid al-Haram, they're attacking your masjid, bro. And the only way to protect this, by the way, like for example, there is this thing called entropy in the world, entropy, which means that things are naturally going to go into a chaotic order. Or like things will just naturally move toward chaos. What that means is that you see this kitchen behind me, right? If I'm not going to maintain this kitchen, or if we're not going to maintain this kitchen, keep it clean, everything, it's going to get dirty. That's the natural law of the universe. Which means that your heart right now, if you're not going to be cleaning it constantly, it's going to get dirty. How do you clean it? Through dhikr. Dhikr of who? Dhikr of Allah. You do dhikr to Allah. You remember Allah. You remember Allah. Allah's going to constantly, you'll feel like Allah's everywhere. Like the mercy of Allah is everywhere. Then you'll be living through this world. You'll see the fitness going on. But no, you're connected to Allah. So even when you look at the fitna, you're way above it. Because your heart is connected to Allah. When your heart is connected to Allah, everything is below you. Because you're already living in the dunya. It's already the lowest thing. Which is a very beautiful state to be in, because it's almost like you truly become the Khalifa of the earth, where you're the highest being on earth, because that's what you are. You are the Khalifa. Now, because you are the Khalifa, you're supposed to take the rules of the Creator and then establish it on the Khalifa in terms of everything. Everything. And then this will lead, almost like you'll bring heaven on earth. You'll cause order and harmony within the world. Which is something like, this is your purpose. What other purpose? What greater purpose there is than to take the commandments of the Creator, which are beautiful, that are going to be keeping everything in harmony. You take those and you establish it on the entire land. It's a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. Because when you do it, that's when I say the clothes that you wear are harming you, the air that you breathe is harming you, the food that you eat is harming you. When you truly do that, that's when everything that doesn't harm you, it benefits you. To the point that you've seen my videos recently about free energy and like all these beautiful knowledges that have been hidden from you. These knowledges are going to be coming out because these are the knowledges of the Creator. Understand that even like magnetism has been mentioned in Quran, electricity has been mentioned in Quran. These things are not new. They're not new, habibi. You look at even like Prophet Sulaiman. Prophet Sulaiman was able to like speak to the animals. How? Because he was connected to Allah. And by the way, he was able to speak through the animals through frequency, because that's the language that the universe uses. Universe in terms of like everything around us, like trees. How do you communicate to trees? Frequency. How do you communicate to animals? Frequency. You just have to understand the language of frequency. And then through that, because you understand like you are the soul too. You are the soul, you're not the human. Which is very powerful. You establish these laws, you create a beautiful world. You don't have these laws, you create an ugly world. And it's ugly because you're putting the laws, the rules of the shaitan. Like right now when you're living through the Dajjal system, we're living through the rules of shaitan, the interest-based world. Shaitan. Technology that harms you. Shaitan. Food that destroys you. Shaitan. This is the laws that we're living through. And it's up to you to come and fix those things. Don't be thinking you have no purpose. What's so beautiful is that the first purpose you'll notice is that when you get back to Allah, you're like, wow, that's so beautiful, that's my purpose, to only worship Allah. Yeah, that's the first purpose that you'll see. It's almost like an onion. You peel this and you're like, wait, there's another one. What is it? To worship Allah once again. Now is to establish the laws of Allah, which is basically worshiping Allah. Which is so beautiful, bro. It's so beautiful. So these events that are happening, don't just be thinking, like when you see these prophecies, it's not just things on the outside, it's things on the inside too. On the inside. So then protect yourself, man. Protect yourself. And if you're going to ask me again, how do you protect yourself? Through dhikr. Dhikr. You do dhikr, even your prayer is going to be perfect. Your siyam, like your fasting, is going to be perfect. You live moment to moment remembering the Creator. You live moment to moment with high vibration, which means you're living with a great feeling, like you're always living in gratitude. And then when you're living in gratitude, Allah's always going to increase you. You won't even see struggles for money. You won't even be struggling for money. You won't even be struggling for love. How can you struggle for love or money when you already have everything? You already have the most love. You already have the most abundance. And then now when you live through the world, it's a mirror to what's inside you. It's again, So then you'll see this being reflected to you. You'll see your life being filled with like extreme love. You'll see your life being filled with abundance. And that's so beautiful, man. That's so beautiful. So I'm hoping this was helpful. I'm hoping this was like kind of like awakening for you as well, to know that, wow, so it's all here. All of it has just been here. Don't be thinking this stuff is like some far away thing that, oh, just gotta wait for it. Nah, bro, you don't wait for for anything, because the present moment is all there is now. Everything else is just here in the mind. So hoping this was beautiful, man. If it was, just let me know.